Welcome to the Abacos, the boating capital of the world. A place where the ocean isn't just a backdrop, it's a way of life. From world-class marinas to crystal clear beaches. From thrilling adventures to laid-back island vibes. The Abacos are every boater's dream come true. Join me and discover why the Abacos are the ultimate destination for boaters from across the globe. What's going on, everyone? Nick here.
Hi.
With the beautiful wife Meli, and we're here in Treasure Cay and the Abacos again, and it is a beautiful day out. Yes, there is a big storm cloud out there, but that's supposed to be moving offshore here in the next 30 minutes, and so should have a beautiful afternoon. And in today's video, we are going to show you why the Abacos is by far the capital of boating in the entire world. There's more to do, the water is better, it's more protected, it's calmer, period, than anywhere else in the world, but don't take my word for it. I'm gonna show you throughout this video. And so we're about to head out of here, hop on the golf cart, head over to the property, get the Bahama 41 off the lift, and go and have a good time. And our first stop, I think we're gonna go over and show you guys probably the prettiest sandbar slash cove you have ever seen in your life. It is absolutely breathtaking. And then probably go get some sundowners at one of the many local beach bars accessible by boat here, and then we're gonna pick it up tomorrow morning and have an entire day out on the boat showing you everything. So gonna be an absolute banger of a video. I think you guys are gonna like it. What do you think?
I'm excited.
It's gonna be a good day, so let's hop into it. Oof, we made it to the beautiful Bahama 41 in all our glory with the new motors. And before we get out of here, I do want to give a real quick shout out to Titanium Boat Lifts. They have been absolutely phenomenal to work with getting us this lift over here, getting it installed. If any of you guys ever need lifts over here in the Bahamas or even in the States, please reach out to Titanium. They're the best there is. I am exceedingly impressed with the quality so far. And the most important part for you Bahamian home owners is that the owner actually has a place over here in the Abacos, so the support over here is second to none. It truly does blow away all the other boat lift companies over here. You know, he personally came out here several times to inspect our lift, make sure it was done correctly in the whole 9 yards, and that's pretty impressive. And mind you not, we paid for this lift. This was not given to us for free or anything, so this is not a paid ad by any means. Just, I like the lift, I think the company's great. The owner's a nice guy, and they built a hell of a beefy product here. So let's get the boat off the lift and get on out of here. And check out this startup routine I do with the motors on the boat now that they have the sport mode. I think it's pretty funny and pretty cool, and I think you guys are really gonna like it.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Running the shortcut here at Treasure Cay, you can see just how crystal clear this water is, and that's because during the summertime here in the Abacos, the weather is extremely predictable with very low average winds, meaning that the water never really gets a chance to get super mixed up, and so it leaves you with this perfectly clear water where you can see every starfish, coral, rock, or sandbar, or whatever else might be on the bottom of the Sea of Abaco. And because the Sea of Abaco is so shallow overall, there really is no other place in the world where you have so many places to go, and the entire run is in this shallow, crystal clear water that really makes you feel like you're in a far out tropical destination. It is just a small piece of why the Abacos is the absolute best boating destination in the entire world. And I do want to take one quick moment, real quick, just to say before we keep going, that if you like boats, if you like the Bahamas, if you like these kind of videos that I make, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me, it lets me know that you guys enjoy the videos I make, like the video as well, and then comment below what you want to see. I want to make the videos that you guys want to see, so that helps me big time. But enough of that. Please look how absolutely stunning of a day this is. Blue skies with just a little bit of cloud, flat water. Woo! 1600 horsepower, absolutely purring. And I'm not going very fast right now. I'm only going about 29 knots. It's just her and I, and we're in no rush, so we're preserving fuel a little bit. But holy bejesus, was it a good idea to go out today. What a beautiful day. All right, so where we're going is, there's a little cove in between Guana Cay and Scotland Cay, and it's a stunning little white sand cove that has just enough deep water for some center consoles to get in there and anchor. It's a beautiful, beautiful spot. I'll show you on the chart here. You see we're leaving Treasure. We're coming up. This is Guana. This is Guana. This is Scotland. And this is that little bay in there. And there's a little skinny entrance right here with deep water. And I'm talking, it's a very skinny entrance. It's dead high tide right now, which is why I feel comfortable doing it in this boat. But there are times when I just won't even think about it. Pretty much anytime near mid-time or lower. I don't want to ding up the props, especially on these new expensive motors. But wait till I get there, and you guys are going to absolutely love this anchorage. And for those of y'all who watch that, who come here to the Abacos, if you haven't been there before, you're absolutely going to want to come. I guarantee it. But right now we're running through some shallower water. I just literally said this about a minute ago, but just look at this water. Absolutely perfection. There are very few other places in the world that have this quality of water that's nice and protected by a bunch of islands, that also has as many bars, sandbars, restaurants, bars, and things to go do. The Abacos truly is an extremely unique place for boating. Alright, so we made it here to the little cove. I hope you guys enjoyed that little musical performance, if you will. But this is Guana Cay right there. That's Scotland Cay right there. And you can see it cut to the ocean there. This little cove area here is where we're going. Scotland, Guana, this cove. You can see it's all shallows. But right here on this end here, this is Scotland, there's a little, you know, cut that we can get into. You have to trim the motors up a lot. It's a little bit rocky, but it is very doable. And so I'm gonna put you guys on the hardtop cam facing forward so you can see just how shallow it is getting through the cut. And then obviously the minute we get in there, it'll open up and you guys will see the absolute levels of blue in the water with the sandy bottom and the different depths. It's really, really something cool. So let me get you all set up and here we go. As you approach the lagoon, you'll see this shallow bar that connects Scotland Cay to the island just to the west that you have to get over to get up to the sandbar. And so use some common sense and trim your motors up accordingly, and you should have no problem getting over the sandbar. Once in the lagoon, it opens up to this deep water area that makes it nice and easy to anchor right up to the sandbar, and you've officially made it to the Scotland Cay sandbar. As you can see, Scotland Cay has one of the most beautiful sandbars that you will ever see in your entire life, and because it's right on the ocean, there's always clean water getting washed through this lagoon, which keeps the water crystal clear, and if you're lucky, a playful sea turtle or stingray might stop by. right, so we're finishing up on that Scotland Cay Cove. This was Meli's first time ever there. What'd you think?
Yes, it was beautiful. It was actually like our first time there, right? Like together.
Correct.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It was awesome. It was really, really awesome. And I have only ever been in here twice before, and I quit coming because I actually came in here with a friend on their boat, and the individual who was driving the boat at that time hit the motors coming in. And so I've always been a little bit scared to take this boat in here, but I saw that it was going to be a high tide on the route, so we said, you know, let's go ahead and do it. And clearly, well worth it. That place is absolutely stunning. I cannot recommend it enough. You know, we only stayed for what, hour and a half?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, hour and a half. And as you saw, the group we were hanging out with, they were in that gray CV with the black bottom paint. That's actually a good client of mine. They have a place over here, and I've sold them 2 boats here in the last 2 years. So always nice to have some company to hang with. Just a really relaxing afternoon. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you're here, please go check it out if the tide's right. But now it's 6 o'clock, so we're approaching a little bit of sunset hour, and so I think we're gonna go stop at Grabbers on the way home and grab a little sundowners drink. Again, that's part of what makes the Abacos so special. We didn't leave Treasure until probably 4 o'clock, pulled up on this little bay, hung out for 2 hours, and probably one of the prettiest beaches most people will ever see in their entire lives. Now we're gonna run, I don't know, 7 minutes down the coast, stop at a beautiful little beach bar, which of course I'm gonna show you guys, grab a drink, enjoy the sunset, and we will literally be back at Treasure by 7 p.m. and putting the boat up and getting ready to cook some dinner. It really,
it's perfect.
Really is such a special place if you enjoy boating and center consoles and all that jazz. So without further ado.
And
yep.
If you come here, bring like, I don't know, food, because like you have turtles, you have stingrays, you have so many like tiny fish, so they'll like love that and appreciate it. Exactly,
and as you saw, like Mel was talking about, they have the stingrays and turtles, and they seem to want conch or squid. That's probably your best bet. We had some lobster heads we tried to give them something out of, and they really didn't want it, but overall, really good time there. Let's get on to Grabbers, get some sundowners. Of course, I'm going to show you Grabbers, the run there, the whole 9 yards. It's literally just a straight shot down the island of Guana, but let's continue on. And before we do, please look at how beautiful of an evening this is turning into. I'm talking, there is literally zero wind whatsoever. You can see the water absolutely slicking out, the sun going down in a clear sky. I'm telling you, if you guys enjoy boats, there is no better place to do your boating and to take your boat, whether it be for a weekend, a week, a month, over here to the Abacos. You will not regret it. But let's get to Grabbers. Look at that, even the big yachts. That beautiful boat over there. I don't know for a fact, I think it's a Benetti, but it's August, late August right now, which, you know, hurricane season's moving in, and even the big yachts are still here, as you saw in that cove. Still a bunch of center consoles around. There is no better place to do your boating. Just look at this weather.
The water.
Life is amazing. All right, so we ran literally for what, 5 minutes?
Maybe less than that.
Maybe less than 5 minutes from the cove out here to Grabbers. This is a little bay where Grabbers is. Grabbers is up there, and it's nice and protected in here. Look at that sunset. And they have a nice dock up in here, and so we're gonna go dock, and usually they want you to stern anchor, but because it's in the evening and no one's here, I don't think I'm going to. I'm only going to be here for 20 minutes at the most, but Mel and I were talking. This might be one of the best evenings we've had this entire trip. We finally have some alone time. The weather, there's not a breath of wind. Beautiful sunset. We ran into some good friends, and so overall, just an amazing day. And what has to be the most beautiful place in the entire world. Just an awesome time. Let's party. All right, so we got tied up here at the Grabber's Dock bow line. I'm actually gonna put one more line here to the piling. We're only gonna be here for 15 minutes, so I didn't do a proper thorough tie-up job, but it's good enough for 15 to 20 minutes. But that's the bar over there. They have a nice long dock. They like you to bow in and use a stern anchor like that boat. Look at that. And look at the anchorage. And we're ready to party.
Welcome to Grabbers.
Cheers. Mom, how's your drink?
Cheers.
How was it?
Very good.
Nice. A classic Abacos restaurant / bar. Woo! Just look at that sunset. How was that?
It was beautiful, and here on a regular Sunday when it's busy, they have a conch salad.
They do. On Sundays they cook conch salad, not cook. Make conch salad. I mean, it's all it is conch ceviche here. But it's fantastic. But great little stop, end of the day. That's part of the beauty of the Abacos. Every single island has multiple of these just little beach bars that you can pull the boat up to at the end of the day, depending on which one's closest to you, and stop in, have a drink, relax, enjoy the company. We actually met a subscriber sitting there at the bar. It's just an amazing time, and every single one of them is on the water, and so every single one of them you get to enjoy views like this, almost as nice as the view of this beautiful 41 Bahama right here. Hey, which view is better, the sunset or the boat?
Both.
Look, which one?
Together.
Okay, but you got to pick one.
The boat.
That's why I married her, everyone. Oh, we're gonna get untied here and then head on back to Treasure. It's, what time is it? It's about 6:35 right now, so we leave now. We'll be at Treasure by 7, get home in enough time to shower, you know, cook and eat, and still be in bed by a decent hour. So let's get to it. I think I mentioned it earlier in this video. This video is gonna continue until tomorrow. I'm showing you guys as much of the Bahamas and what there is, or the Abacos, and what there is to do on the boat in one video as I can. So once we get back, I'll pick it up there, but then we're just gonna continue on into tomorrow, probably feed some turtles, sharks, stingrays, go to Green Turtle, maybe do some diving, cliff jumping, whatever it might be. But let's get back to Treasure. All right, so leaving Grabbers now. What'd you think of that time?
Oh, we had a great time. It's sunset hour, so look at that piece.
Look at this sunset. It's about to be an absolutely stunning ride home. You know, this is extremely far from our first time at Grabbers, but it's always nice to come here because the sunset sets directly out from the bay, where you literally have no land interruptions until you get to Great Abaco. And so it's absolutely stunning. There wasn't a ton of people there, which we prefer because it's nice and relaxing and quiet, and you can just sit back, relax, and actually talk. You don't have a million, you know, decibel music straight in your ears. And so overall, a super good night. And so beautiful. We're about to start chasing some sunsets back to Treasure, and then
water looks perfect right now, actually.
There's literally not a breath of wind right now. Look at this water. Look at that. And so it should be an absolutely breathtaking ride back to Treasure. I know I'm showing you guys a million viewpoints of this sunset, but oh my golly gee, look at this freaking sunset. This is dirty, so let's go to the outside. I apologize for the wind noise. Look at that. Woo! That, my friend, you can get sunsets anywhere. but you can't get these kind of sunsets anywhere in a place where the water looks like spring water, where you have 24 different little beach bars all within 8 miles of each other that you can go to, where you have hundreds, literally hundreds of beaches and sandbars within 12 to 15 miles that you could go to and have the entire place to yourself. There is nowhere in the world like the Abacos when it comes to boating. If you own a boat and you've never been here, do yourself a favor and get over here. You will not regret it.
Back to Treasure.
Absolutely, and as you can see, that was probably one of the most beautiful boat rides and most enjoyable boat rides I've ever had in my life. Just zero wind whatsoever, beautiful sunset. Of course, my beautiful wife next to me, just jamming to some music, having a good time. Just
it was perfect.
It is. It is. It's nights like these that you really cherish, and you know, I hope I remember them 40 years down the road as, you know, some of the best times of my life. So, oh well, good night. We're gonna get into the dock, and I'm probably gonna pick up with you guys in the morning as we get out on the boat and show you more of what this area has to offer and why the boating here is just out of this world and better than anything you've ever seen in your life. And so, let us get the boat on the lifts. Let us get some sleep, and then
we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you all in the morning. Alright, it is the next day. As you can see, back on the Bahama. Beautiful day. Definitely some more clouds than we had yesterday. Got a storm over there and a storm over there, which we're going that way over there. So we're just gonna hope we don't get any rain. Luckily around here this time of year, you can see the storms pretty clearly on the boat's radar at like 12 to 16 miles out. And so you can just drive around them. But we'll continue on with, you know, showing you guys why this place is so amazing for boating. So we'll head it out. We're gonna head north towards Green Turtle. I think we're gonna go feed some sea turtles and some stingrays, grab some lunch at Green Turtle Club, and then go and see the pigs and show you the pigs, show you the bar that's on the pig restaurant, and probably go grab a quick drink there and everything. So should be a really fun day. And something I do want to mention too, and I really don't ever advertise this. I mean, you guys always see I wear HMY stuff in pretty much every video, but I never really talk about it. I do in fact work for HMY. I am a yacht broker. It's how I make a living. And so if anyone watching this ever needs anything in the boating world, any resources, wants to buy a boat, sell a boat, whatever it might be, you know, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help everyone. And I really enjoy helping people, you know, find out the joys that boating has to offer. But there's my little spiel. Let's get hit, let's hit the road and get up north to Green Turtle. The water today is absolutely perfect. Just look at this. Absolutely beautiful. And this is the water getting around the point to Treasure. Because the marina on Treasure is on the backside, if you want to get to the north in the Green Turtle, you have to go out and around the point. And you can go inside a whale cut. It's called Don't Rock Cut. Don't Rock Channel, one of the two. Don't Rock Passage, that's it. Don't Rock Passage. But it's pretty shallow in here. I mean, it's fairly low tide, and I still have 5 feet under the boat. So I don't know, maybe 6.5, 7 feet total where we're at now. But running through this shallow, sandy water is just one of the most beautiful boat rides you'll ever do in your life. Look at that. Ignore my mess up here. Alright, so if you look up there, and I've showed this in a couple other videos, there's that shipwreck princess up on the rocks. I think you can see it pretty good there. And so that boat, like many things here in the Bahamas, has a history. The story I was told was that boat was actually being used for human trafficking. I believe I think it was Haitians maybe, or whatever it was, but the boat's got a criminal history, and at some point wrecked up on the point of Treasure right there, and ever since it's been slowly falling apart. Every time a storm comes through or it's windy, the waves destroy it a little bit more. No one's ever going to come salvage it. It's well past salvage. The bottom of the boat is completely ripped out, and there's really not the resources or the motivation around here for them to come and properly dispose of the wrecked boat. So it's just going to slowly get washed away. And so it's how most things happen around here, but pretty cool that when you're boating around you see these little things that have stories like that. But enough of me yapping. I'll catch up with you guys when we get up to the north side of Green Turtle to Cocoa Bay, where we're going to go feed the sea turtles. Alright, so we made it up here to the northwest side of Green Turtle. I'll show you on a map here.
Yep.
You can see we're all the way here at the end. This is a different island right here. And it's called Cocoa Bay up in here, and it is extremely shallow getting in. I mean, look at the bottom there. I feel like the Bahama is a flat spot when I get in here sometimes. I got my trim up to almost 50% just to make sure I don't touch, but there is a public dock up here to dock at. Do not dock at this one, that's private, but the one to the right, that's furthest towards the end of the beach here, that is actually a public dock, and you can go, well, I'll show you. Give me a second, let us get on the beach and I'll show you why this is such a cool little bay. All right, you can see we made it. We're tied up here at the dock, and we're only gonna be here for like 10-15 minutes, so I just did a midship line, not a proper tie-up job, but we're in a protected little anchorage with literally no wind. But when you pull up here, a bunch of these turtles just come straight up because they're used to people feeding them. We have 3 next to the boat right now. We have this guy right here. There's one under him. Come on, come to the surface, buddy. Oh, there's 2 more over here, look at that. Super, super cool. Hanging out. And so you can see we literally just pulled up and we already have 4 turtles, sea turtles, swimming around the boat. And you can bring food and feed them. You know, they're pretty picky. Either do just cut up conch or squid, but really, really cool. I'm gonna try to get some in the water video for y'all. So that's what feeding the turtles is like. Obviously, as you saw, we didn't bring any food, but they still come right up to you, so I still got to see them, touch them, and then we met some awesome subscribers as well.
From South Carolina.
Yeah, they were super, super nice. We were on the boat, he pulled up, like, is that Nick Olin? Like, yes it is. And so, I've said this before, if you guys ever see Meli and I out and about, please come say hi. We really do enjoy meeting people, especially people with a common interest in the Bahamas, which is kind of where we meet everyone, so it's awesome. So that's the sea turtles, super, super cool. If you're ever in the area, I highly, highly recommend it. If you're in a bigger boat, probably best to time it mid-tide or above, because as you can see here, it is extremely shallow. But now we're gonna head on to the Green Turtle Club to get some food, which is, in my opinion, some of the best food in the entire Abacos. And they close, I think the kitchen closes at 2 and it's 1:10 right now, so we got a boogie on over there to make it. And yeah, then after that we're gonna continue on to the pigs and we're continuing our full tour, so
We'll show you guys.
absolutely, stick around. And this is another popular means of transportation around the Bahamas, and specifically here on Green Turtle. A bunch of people have seaplanes and their own little seaplane ports and ramps in their yards. Like, look at that.
That's cool.
That's sick. I don't know my planes, but I think that's a Cessna 180 on floats, if I had to guess. Pretty freaking cool. You have your house right there, driver's seat playing right up the ramp.
Private beach.
That's really, really cool. And if you look on a map too, this house, we're on a little bay right now. The seaplane pulls right up into the ramp. You have the house there. And then it's right here. So they have a dock here on White Sound as well here on Green Turtle. So they have an entire setup. So if you have a seaplane, I highly recommend coming here as well, because you can pull up to so many of these little protected beaches and everything. And it's actually a pretty common mode of transportation. Earlier in the summer, these guys had these 2 seaplanes that they were saying on Treasure, and they would, you know, land in the Treasure Cay little cove right there and pull up on the beach and eat at the Bahama Beach Club. And I took some cool pictures with my phone and some videos, so I'm going to put those on the screen right now because it's just super, super cool, and I highly recommend it to any of you float plane flyers. It's super cool way to see the Bahamas. Alright, so we made it in here to White Sound now. You can see on the map, here's White Sound. As you come in on your left, that's Bluff House. They have a beautiful little beach bar, awesome marina, awesome houses you can rent, hotel to stay in. And then if you keep going down there, that's the Green Turtle Club, and it's the same thing. They have a nice restaurant, a beautiful marina, in my opinion, probably the nicest on Green Turtle. And they also have, it's a hotel. You can rent rooms there, rent little villas, whatever they are there. I've never stayed there, so I can't comment to the actual rooms themselves, but that's where we're going. And so I'll show you how to get docked there. They really like it there. They have a dock made for if you're gonna go eat at the restaurant, and they like it if you, one, either use a stern anchor, or two, tie up to the poles they have out there. However, when it's just Meli and I, and when it's pretty empty here, if there's an open slip, I tend just to take the open slip, and I'll call them beforehand to make sure that it is open. Or where the ferry picks people up, there's a long face dock to the right of it that gets really shallow, but if the water is right, I'll just put the boat side to it, that dock, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about here in a second. We made it here to the Green Turtle Club, and as you can see, the docks are extremely nice and well kept. The entire atmosphere here at the club, but more so the restaurant, is very old school islandy, which gives you a really cool feel when you're eating there. And as you'll notice, it's also screened in, which is extremely nice on those evenings where the bugs come out. It allows you to eat outdoors without having to worry about getting bugs on yourself or your food or anything like that. There are also fans which keep the air moving and keep it cool. Overall, the atmosphere and ambiance here is amazing. When you walk inside, you'll notice that there are dollar bills everywhere. It's custom here to take a bill and write either your name, your boat's name, or your party's name on the bill, and then staple it up to the wall to leave a little piece of you behind, and it's also something that you'll be able to find on future trips. So we just finished up eating lunch at the Green Turtle Club. How was it?
Delicious as always.
What'd you get?
I got this shrimp and avocado wrap.
Ooh, and they have a grilled cheese with pulled pork in it. Absolutely fantastic. However, I will say, extremely heavy when it's 100 degrees out and you're being super active. So I'm gonna be drowsy for the rest of the day, I guess. But now we're gonna head a little bit further south towards No Name, which is where the pigs are. You can feed the pigs. People call them swimming pigs. The pigs here really don't swim. They'll go walk around the water, but like the ones in Exumas would straight up swim out to the boat. Here they don't swim. They just kind of walk in the shallow water if they do go in the water at all. And along the way, I may stop in Gillam Bay, just depending on the tide and to be honest, if we feel like it, and show you guys that beach on the south side of Green Turtle, because it is absolutely stunning. And there's also a bunch of seaplane ramps up in there that I showed you the one earlier to show you there's more seaplanes that come and go through here. It's pretty cool. I'm not a pilot, but two of my brothers are currently pilots. One of them is in his pilot school right now. The three of them all on an airplane together. So I do enjoy aviation. I do enjoy the planes. I hope to get my license one of these days when I finally find the time to do so. But yeah, let's go see some pigs. Alright, so we came around here to Gillam Bay. Just look at that beach with the white sand bottom. Beautiful. Holy bejesus. And over on that way where the houses are, over there is where they have two seaplane ramps. And most people don't know this, but back in the day, Green Turtle actually had a very short airstrip. And that airstrip was over there. I'm going to pull up right now as I'm talking a satellite image from either Google Maps or Google Earth, and I'll circle where the runway was, and you can see it's a very, very straight road. Now it's just a rocky road for golf carts to get to the houses that are back there, but back in the day that was a landing strip. A little bit of Green Turtle history for you guys that most people don't know. But I really hope this comes through the camera just how blue that sandy bottom water is over there. So this is Green Turtle. We're here in Gillam Bay, which is this bay, and here you have Pelican Key, which is that island right there. I'm gonna get you out of the winds here, and you can see there's an absolutely stunning house on that island out there. And I don't know, I assume the house was rebuilt after the storm because that island has zero protection from anything, but pretty cool. I've always thought it'd be really, really awesome to, you know, have a little private island over here to where when you want to spend a week and just by yourselves and not see anyone, you can get there, have your private beach and get away. And so maybe if enough of you guys watch these videos, subscribe. That's how I'm going to afford my little private island over here. So it will happen one day, mark my words, and I will be videoing it for you guys to see. Might not be for another 30 years, but it will happen. And real quick before we go to the pigs, I wanted to go check out this island a little bit. And obviously we can't get on the island. It is a private island. But just look at this house on the island. They have their own little private marina that they made here on the rocks with their own breakwater. They have a giant little private beach here. They have a little guest house way over there, which I told Meli when we buy our island and I start acting up, she's gonna go make me sleep in that faraway guest house. But this is cool. This is really, I can see the generator back there. What appears to be some kind of utility house. That is really, really awesome. Like I said, mark my words, I will have something like this one day, and
we will.
We will, correct. And you guys are going to be there to see it because, hell, even if this YouTube never takes off, I still really enjoy making these videos, and these are videos that 20 years down the line, Meli and I will be able to show our kids, to show, you know, what we did when we were younger, before we had kids, and tell a story of our lives. And so I think, would you agree that that's a good idea?
I agree, that's the best idea.
And so we have no plans of slowing down these videos, even if we never get a single view again, because if nothing else, these are for ourselves. So, all right, it's piggy time now. This is No Name Key, directly next to Green Turtle. That's the bar they have there called Big O's. You can see they have a nice dock to dock at, so let's go feed some piggies. Alright, so we're all docked up here at No Name. You can see, and again, we're only going to be here for a short period of time, so no need for a full fender and tie-up job, but we have all the stuff to feed the pigs. We're going to get this chopped up real quick and then head up. Excuse the wind, but I'm going to introduce you here to the piggies. was hectic. The pigs were all very hungry and very aggressive. This was your first time bringing food to the pigs. What'd you think?
It's very nice to give them food because, like, you know, like you feel good, and you feel like they were like extremely hungry and thirsty. That's why I recommend to bring apples. They loved apples.
Loved the apples and bananas and the bananas.
Yeah.
Carrots, apples, and bananas. They hate citrus.
Or like they didn't even like touch the oranges at all.
They would snip them, lick them, and then run away. I think the bananas and the apples were the biggest hit.
Yeah, but you have to be very careful because they get very aggressive, especially like the mamas or the male ones, like the big ones. They tend to get like aggressive and they start fighting. So you don't want to be in the middle of all that fight because
the pig will hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just be careful, but it was pretty a lot of fun.
It was a ton of fun. Yeah, it was an absolute blast. And so it's pretty freaking cool. You know, in the last 24 hours, we've gone to probably one of the prettiest cove bars that you're ever going to see over in Scotland. We stopped and grabbed a sundowner at Grabbers. We had an absolute banger of a ride home chasing the sunset. We got up this morning. We went and fed and saw the sea turtles. Got a great lunch. Came over here, fed and played with the pigs. And the bar was closing, so we didn't get a shot to go to the bar. But there's a bar right there to grab another sundowner because look, the sun sets that way over the water. So looking at it from the bar, you get the sunset. I mean, it's just, there's no better place to boat over here. And like part of the allure is like these places in the States, yes, you can take your boats places, but you can also drive to those places. So you get boaters, you get people who just want a good view. Here, literally the only way to get to all these places is by boat.
Yep.
And so it makes it that much more special. Everyone who's there has a similar mindset, likes the Bahamas, likes boats, likes kind of that island vibe. It just really makes this entire place have a super, super special feel. And as you know from the title of this video, and I've said it 100 times throughout this video, this truly is the boating capital of the world. There is no other place like this with all these restaurants, bars, sandbars, literally hundreds of things to go to and see. The fishing is out of this world. Sadly, right now it's August, so there's really nothing around except for spearfishing, which I've never gotten huge into. I would love to, I just haven't put the time into it. But coming during the right season, amazing fishing. It is lobster season right now. We've actually been and got some lobster. It's just, there is so much to do. If you have a boat and you bring it over here, I guarantee you will never have a single boring or off day. It really is just beautiful. The best place in the world. And it's hard for me to tell you guys. It's something that you have to trust me. Come here and experience it, and it will change your entire world.
Oh, yeah.
One of my friends, I've told Meli this before I actually took her over here, you know, years ago. And when I used to take friends over here, that was my favorite thing in the world, was taking people here for the first time. Because everyone the first time is like, oh my God, you know, how can it be that good? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's fun. It's a beach, whatever. And then I'm like, just wait. You have to experience it. Just wait, just wait, just wait. And sure enough, and by the second day, everyone's like, I love this place. This is the best place in the world. I never want to vacation anywhere else. And we had this conversation earlier with someone where it's funny. The people who go here, when they get a chance to vacation, they just keep coming back here. And like even her mom has never been here before. And her mom was like, why didn't you guys go anywhere else? Because
we love it.
Yeah, it's the best. It is the best place in the world. And if you like the beach and boats and all that, there's nowhere in the world that can top this place. So it's an awesome, awesome place. But it's about 5 o'clock now, so we're gonna boogie on back to Treasure and, you know, get everything cleaned up, get ready for dinner, and we're gonna catch up with you there at dinner. And I think we might go to Sunset Pizza. Is that the plan?
I think that's the plan.
All right, so we'll catch up with y'all once we get back to the dock. And real quick, before we get going fast here, just look at this shoreline on on No Name. Nice rocky, shallow water with sand going up to the rock, a little bit of shallow grass. Beautiful. Really, really cool. And No Name's a weird island. I've heard some stories about the origins of who owns No Name and who owns Big O's. I don't know if they're true, so I'm not going to talk about them on the video, but it is quite the interesting island. And whoever owns it, if anybody at some point wants to do a development here, I can guarantee you it's going to do extremely well. It's nice and centrally located, right across from Treasure, right next to Green Turtle, close to Guana. You know, this place would do very, very well. Extremely close ocean access. And so I hope someone does it one day. The place needs to be, well, actually, you know what? I take it back. I hope no one does it. I want to keep it natural and pristine. So just thought y'all like seeing that. Check that out. made it back to the house. Pretty uneventful ride back, got a little bit rough. Meli actually has never been in a rough ocean, so this was not very rough, but for Meli's experience it was rough. What'd you think?
It was just a little bit rough for me.
She's holding on, she's like, oh my god, is this normal? But it turned out okay, but let's get the boat put up and get back to the...
Proud of your poor wife.
It's sometimes fun to make fun of you, you know? Woo! All right, so we made it home, got all cleaned up, did a little bit of work we had to do, and so now it's time for dinner. But before we do that, please just look at this view. I show you guys in every video, but it's a view that just never gets old. Treasure Cay is a special place, but we're gonna go get some dinner. It's the middle of summer and Meli has a sweater on, so that's something. Middle of summer in the Caribbean at that.
It's cold in here. It's freezing.
I get it is cold in here, but we're gonna go to Sunset Pizza, which I've never showed on this channel before.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna take you with me, and then we're gonna end the day at Sunset Pizza. I'll show you the pizza, the wings, because it's all the food there is fantastic. Probably, well, hands down, the best food in Treasure in my opinion. So let's get to Sunset Pizza. It's actually out the gates of Treasure, across the street from where Treasure Sands used to be, but I'll show you all that. And as I mentioned before we left, this restaurant is out past the gates of Treasure, and so to get there, you gotta drive down this road by the golf course, and sadly this golf cart we're in right now is very slow, so it takes a long time, but we have 2 golf carts getting built right now that are gonna be substantially faster. Can't wait to show you that. Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you all enjoyed that. We had a ton of fun filming it, and I hope I got to show you a little bit of why. You know, both of us think that Abacos is literally the greatest place in the world, especially if you're a boater. But again, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment what you want to see, and we will see you in the next one.
Mwah.